the fact that we need to regulate it doesn't really help solve the problem that the people of Montana sent us here to do.
Representative Sands.
Mr. Chairman, a question for the sponsor.
Does the sponsor yield?
I yield.
Representative, I'm not quite clear as well on how this impacts other legislation flowing through. So following up on Representative Hand's comments, so what happens between now and January 2013?
What happens with the Medical Marijuana Act? Mr. Chairman, Representative, whatever form the Medical Marijuana Act comes out of the legislature, that's what would be on the ballot for the electorate in 2012.
Another question for the sponsor.
Does the sponsor continue to yield?
Representative, so what happens after the election in 2012? Clearly, it's clear if it's repealed, it's repealed, but if it passes, what happens?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, the same thing that happened to the payday loan people. It would be done away with.
Excuse me, I wasn't quite accurate, Mr. Chairman. If, in fact, people vote against repealing it, what happens?
Then if Mr. Chairman, Representative, if they vote against repealing, that means it would stay in effect in whatever form the legislature brings it out of this session.
And then a final question, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Regier?
I yield.
Will you yield?
Representative, I'm kind of concerned again. It says Medical Marijuana Act, but it doesn't like, quote, MC whatever. If, in fact, Senate Bill 423, and I'll talk about that briefly in a minute, passes, would this inadvertently end up repealing that? Because what does Medical Marijuana Act mean?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, if you go through the bill, it is striking out Title 50, Chapter 6, which is the Medical Marijuana Act.
Thank you. I'd like to speak to the bill. Mr. Chairman, members of the body, I have said all along that I think in the end it should be up to the voters if they wish to repeal this. However, I don't think this bill quite does it for a couple of reasons. But I do want to tell you that there is a better bill on the way, hopefully. The Senate last night, I was there till late hours. Representative McLaren was there for a while as well. Senate Bill 423, which passed under the leadership of Senator Essman out of Senate Judiciary on a strong bipartisan vote. And that bill will be coming, hopefully, to us. And that also repeals the existing medical marijuana law a lot sooner than this bill does. It, in fact, would repeal it upon passage, and then this other very much stricter regulatory system would go into effect. So I'm just kind of concerned about what happens with this bill, and perhaps in the coordination between the Senate and the House, that would be taken care of. But I believe that it is our responsibility to put those regulations on there, and I think that is accomplished in other ways more efficiently, more effectively, in response to what the voters want than this bill does. So I will be voting against this.